everyone. Hi there. Good evening. Good evening, India. Good evening, Malaysia. Log in, everyone, my friends from India and Malaysia and from Goa, especially. Please find my page and log in because we are going live with a beauty queen today from Goa, my hometown, my home. The state of my dear beloved father. Goa gave me so much in terms of my life, my work, my friends who are all there. I miss you, and of course, we keep in touch because thanks to technology, you can never be far away from the people that you love and who love you back. So, welcome and a great good evening to everyone joining in on my Facebook page. This is Heart to Heart with Ethel Lacoste, brought to you in association with the Mac Clinic Malaysia, Malaysia's premier aesthetic institution. And today, Dr. Hugh Yin Kit, who is the medical director of the Mac Clinic, is in Bangkok giving a talk at one of the aesthetic conferences that he is so he's so favored, and he always has speaker engagements now that borders have all opened up. So, Dr. Hugh, if you can join us from Bangkok, would be awesome because this is completely up our lane today with my special guest who's just come back from the USA, Mrs. Reena Jain. So she'll be joining us very soon because she's there with me, backstage while I wait for everyone in Goa. It is 5 o'clock in India to find my Facebook page and log in because this conversation is very special. It makes me very proud, and I'm sure that it makes all the aspiring young women, whether in Goa or whether in India and rest of the world, of how irrespective of where you are, which stage in your life that you are, you can still aim for the stars and achieve your goals and dreams through hard work, because we are all examples of who we become because who we become to the hard work that we put in. It's not some sort of magic wand. And Veena Jain will also share with us how hard she worked for the last 3 years, into doing what she loves to do and where it has got her, and where I believe all the beauty queens, and even if you're not a beauty queen and successful in whatever that you choose to do, it takes you hard work, resilience, and patience to be there, to get there, and to stay focused on that direction and path that you set for yourself. So grab your tea. I've grabbed myself some vitamin C today, very important, especially in these days of keeping your overall health in full kind of sunshine mode. So grab your tea, coffee, beer, or a glass of wine, because tonight's interesting topic on knowing your self-worth is so important for us, whether we are women or even men too, because I think it makes us better individuals, it makes us better partners, it makes us better at what we do in our professional spaces and in our spiritual and personal spaces. And I think, like I was sharing with Reena, COVID has taught us, I think, that of how to declutter ourselves, how to get rid of excess baggage, whether it is on your person or whether it's in your in your spiritual and personal space, and to really kind of love yourself, know yourself, as the mantra to live a very well fulfilled life. More from there, from that particular space, we will hear it from Reena Jain herself. So hang in there. Let me just do the little kind of tweaks I need to do to the page and get Reena Jain live with us. In the meantime, I can see our comment boxes are already piping and buzzing. Sia Sheikh, thank you so much to see you live. Darling, you're next on my show too, because I think what you're doing in Goa is so commendable, and we've interacted and collaborated ourselves. So I'm really going to look forward, Sia, to see you on my heart to heart as well. Let us do as much as we can in terms of I look at it as like some of my friends and fans in Malaysia say, it's a service to humanity of doing what we do because we love to do with the best and greatest and good intentions and put it out there. the universe really then collaborates and makes it happen. So thank you, Sia, for joining Heart to Heart. And Reena is here, all buzzed up. We are all buzzed up. Let me just get her live with me right now. Reena, there you are. Hi.
Hi, good evening and namaste from India. Hi, Ethel. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too, and thank you for making the time. I think what you've done in the US as is so commendable. I'm so proud of it because you've kind of proved and shown to every woman, as I said, irrespective of where she comes from, who she is, which stage in her life she is. Correct that it can be done. And Reena, I know how hard you have worked in doing what you've done. So, congratulations to you from Malaysia.
Thank you. Thank you.
You make us all proud. You make the Goan community proud as well. You make every woman who has a dream, that proud to be. As I said, we are talking about so much about self worth today. To really say, I am worthy. I am loved. I am beautiful. I am awesome. My affirmations. Yeah. So welcome to Heart to Heart.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's jump into the questions straight. Yeah,
Yes.
because everyone who is also tuning in, and they're on the page already. I can see my comment box. It's is buzzing already. Tell us about your beauty queen journey, how it began, and what motivated you to enter this pageant.
Participating in the pageant is my actually teenage dream, but
Hmm.
belonging to a very small village and my Orthodox community, I never had the kind of exposure during those days.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
this dream of mine remained unfilled somewhere.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
this is year 20, February, when I was just scrolling my Facebook newsfeed and I came across with a pageant that is the International Glamour Project based in Mumbai.
Okay.
And when I went on their website and I got to know that they really give a chance to a woman, young girl, teens,
Hmm.
without any age, size, color, or height, I got
Yes.
really motivated and attracted. And I said, let's try my luck on it. And I just filled my form, and they had invited me at Pune for the audition
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
Pune is nearest to Mumbai, and Bombay audition had already done in the month of December.
Right.
I went to the audition. It was a challenging for me to tell my husband. I was just
Hmm.
telling, Pune
Hmm.
jana hai. I have something to do. He said,
Right.
tell me what is there.
Yeah.
And closer to the date, I had to tell him. He said, okay, I'll come. But initially it was hard. We went for the audition. I was waiting for the results. And
Okay.
when they said yes, I got so excited. I
Hmm.
filled up.
Hmm.
And it was supposed to be happen in June 2020, but COVID came
Yes.
and
Yes.
it affected the whole world. But the pandemic, in a way, definitely we all suffered, even I did so. But it had helped me to work on myself. And we started with our grooming session journey from all over the world. We had
Hmm.
50 plus grooming sessions, 100 plus hours one on one on Zoom sessions. And it
Hmm.
gave me a chance to transform myself. And that's how my journey started.
Yes. I think the very good outcome from COVID is that technology just kind of, just bloomed, right? And completely blasted into, a different kind of sphere,
Yes,
as
this
you
is
say,
the live
because,
example because it is a digital world and social media has become a lifeline for all of us. And it
yes.
has helped me. I got connected throughout the world, although it was a lockdown.
Hmm. Yes, it was. Yeah, correct. So I must also commend your husband because I think we need men like that, Reena, in our space, right? To kind of push us on to say, okay, yeah, let's figure this out together. And I think that is so beautiful that you have that kind of support system for yourself. And I also think that
Actually,
it is.
initially it was not easy, but
Hmm.
when my family, my husband, they saw
Yeah.
my dedication, hard work, willpower, and they started seeing the transformation and my willpower because I had to follow strict workout plans, strict timetable. It was
Hmm.
COVID, people,
Yes. Yes.
watching movies whole night, cooking, eating, this, that, but my life, my It was completely different from others. I was
Yeah.
focusing on myself. So that hard work, when you give your 100% Ethel to achieve something in your life, believe me, it's not your husband, it's not your children, not family, but the whole universe is going to join you. And it had
Yes.
happened with me. I
Yes.
have experienced that.
That is beautiful. That is such a
Yes.
beautiful way of of putting such positive affirmations out. Wow, Veena, that is really nice because I think a lot of us, and I'm speaking to to the general audience as well. A lot of us get lost in the noise of others, correct? And you lose track, and you kind of go in a different direction to kind of please everybody else, except to kind of focus on your own self satisfaction and self growth. And like you rightly said, when you are so committed on that path, the universe has no other way, no choice but to conspire with you, to make it happen for you. Beautifully said. Really beautifully said. And I hope, it inspires all my audiences who are watching, who are live with me right now, and who will also watch it live a little later on when the video gets shared. Please understand what the beauty of what Rina has said about keeping yourself so focused on the journey that the universe has no choice but to conspire with you to make it happen. So, Rina, you have other passions as well, which include, as I know from my interactions with you in Goa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
which include nature, writing. You're an author as well. Can you tell us about the book that you've kind of collaborated with, or collaborated on, and what is it all about?
Yes. My passion is, some of my few passion is traveling, gardening,
Mm.
cooking good food,
Mm.
painting, and writing. As you rightly said, so traveling is the best way to get out of your busy schedule, and it
Yes.
helps us to show the wide world outside our home. I have experienced this
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
have curated my painting exhibition named Travel Discovery, and because I had visited all over the world, I had painted flowers from all over the world.
Okay.
Now,
Wow.
yes, and that was in 2009 at Kala Academy, and our late beloved CM Sir Manohar Parrikar, he had come to inaugurate. And this exhibition was with my son. He is
Hmm.
a photographer, and he had clicked pictures from all over the world, and I had painted flower from all over the
Hmm.
world.
Yeah.
So again, we never stopped working together.
Hmm.
And I saw his passion towards photography, and he was clicking some beautiful birds of Goa.
Yeah. I saw
When
some
we
of them.
collected,
I saw
yes,
some of
when we
them.
collected some few species, like around some 2025, it was so hard for me to understand
Hmm.
what should be the name of this bird, from where she is coming,
Yeah.
how can we describe her. I wanted to know about this. I just went running to the Panjim Forest Department.
Hmm.
I met with the officer there, and I said, I need the help, I want the identification, I want to
Right.
know them. And they helped me, and we started clicking more, getting to know more about birds. And then I
Hmm.
said, if it was so hard for me to understand about them, why
Yes.
not? I should share this knowledge to others. We have
Yes.
tourists, we have
Yes.
migratory birds, and we are blessed with flora
Yeah.
and fauna and beautiful nature in
Absolutely.
Goa.
Yeah. I
That's
think the
how,
bird watching space in Goa is very vibrant.
yes.
Yeah.
So, and the avian creatures are very close to my heart from the beginning because I
Mm.
always wanted to fly like a bird. Now, till
Mm.
now, my wish is to just fly like a bird and give it to my
That I
parents
know.
and children.
Yeah.
So, we started working on it, and we had compiled a uh, pocket size book so that
Mm.
tourists can just keep it in their pocket, even the
Yes.
students, even the nature lover, and they can go and identify these species. So we launched our first book in 2012, and our ex-governor, Mr. Wanchu sir, he had come. He had done the
Mm.
needful. The Goa Forest Department had supported us. Goa Tourism Department, Shri Nilesh Kabral, and Goa Forest Chief, everyone was there. And I had curated my painting exhibition, Birds Around Us, at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. Then 2015, we never stopped. Our first
Yes.
copies of the book, 1,500 copies, sold out. And we clicked more birds. It was 100, almost 100 species. Then it was
Mm.
150 species in 2015. We came up with the
Mm.
second revised edition of a photographic birds of
Okay.
Goa. And
Wow.
then, as I told you, traveling is our passion. My son told me, Mom, take me to all the tiger sanctuaries. And we used
Mm.
to just see the holidays in India and club with
Hmm.
his studies and our things, and we went to all the tiger sanctuaries in India. He captured tigers, and we compiled a coffee table book. I painted tigers on his
Hmm.
pictures, half tiger, half picture. We compiled a book, and we launched our coffee table book in the year 2019. So
Okay.
this is the journey of my wildlife books.
Yeah, but you quite the eco enthusiast, I must say you are.
Yes, because for my national pageant last year, I had won as glamorous eco warrior as well, because they had
Yes,
come up with the social cause. Because pageant is not about only being beautiful, we have
correct.
to be doing some social cause, and you know that I am always doing that. So my tree plant, I had chosen environment tree
Hmm.
plantation. And
Hmm.
with the help of Goa Forest Department, Goa Tourism Department, yes, I had, during the time of COVID, as slowly the door started opening, we had
Yes.
planted more than 300 trees in all the educational institutes in Goa.
Okay.
And under the national pageant, we had Dream and Believe Foundation. And for my social cause, I had made awareness. 120 days, I have made the post about the environment tree plantation
Hmm.
on different social networking app like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube,
Yes.
created awareness globally
Correct.
and
It's so
raise
important.
funds for the
It's so
same.
important. Yeah, I think it's so important, Reena, because in my very frank opinion, I think it has to be taught in schools as well, because our youngsters today are much more, environmentally conscious in terms whether it's nature, whether it's animals, because I see that, and I think putting this kind of information and education is so important at the school level, because as they're growing up, they become much more, complete, holistic human beings, right? And like I was talking about, also why don't we incorporate yoga into the school system too? So things like this, I think, when we have the right people advocating the right, causes, uh, it is it kind of somehow, I believe, will brush off on the authorities or powers that be, so that all these kind of elements which are uh, for the greater good, of even for the good of a state, can help young minds develop into much more contributing conscious citizens, and I think
Exactly.
nature.
I completely agree. And Ethel, I need to add here something, that is charity begins at home.
Yes.
So home is the first school,
Yes.
and you need to be a role model,
Yes.
and so you can inculcate not only the self love,
Hmm.
but self values, getting
Yeah.
closer to the nature. And
Yes.
this is the time where we all are facing global warming. It has become a
Correct.
challenge. We
Yeah.
have few examples to share with you. We can see the drastic weather change,
Hmm.
melting of the polar caps, increasing
Hmm.
the sea level,
Yes.
unpredictable weather, and see how the temperature is rising. So,
Correct.
this is the time whereby the youth, the children, they are the future of this world. And if we are inculcating right from the home, then definitely the administration, the school, everyone, we
Yes.
can join hand in hand and we can do something about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, charity begins at home, and I think all of us need to walk the talk, right? Not just talk. Walk the talk by example, because, like you rightly said, that is how you kind of influence. Yeah, I mean, I always say that the word influencer is so used in a very loose kind of term. It's just so generic now. But what constitutes being an influencer is somebody, a man or a woman, who lives a lifestyle or lives, what he or she kind of, talks and preaches about, like we said, walk the talk. So, like we were discussing offline too, India is a land of beauty queens. Look at the beauty queens India has given to the world. I want to know whether you agree, and I want to know why you agree, because I think I'm talking to one beauty queen already.
Definitely. India is a country which is unity in diversity.
Yeah.
And right from the history, we can go to the line of Rani Lakshmi Bai. She was one of the leading figures of the Indian rebellion of 1857, and she
Right.
has become a symbol of resistance, and British Raj for Indian nationalists. If I'll
Yeah.
go a little further,
I
Pandita
like,
Ramabai,
yeah, I like
yes,
Rani Jhansi. I think she was
yes,
such a badass. Right, please continue.
yes,
Yeah,
bravery. That is
completely free
bravery,
spirited
yes,
for her time and very badass. Yeah.
of course. Then we can go further. Pandita Ramabai Saraswati, although she is not that famous, but I'll tell you something. She was born in Madras Presidency in 1858, and she's the
Hmm.
daughter of Sanskrit scholar. And the title Pandita she had earned from her merit from the Kolkata University. She's built a home near Pune, and this is 129th year she's serving women, orphanage, unwed. And she was the one who had challenged and told colonial government in India that give
Hmm.
them the admission in medical schools, although there were very few medical schools those days, or
Hmm. Hmm.
give them as the inspector in the schools. She was the true role model of the intelligence and beauty.
Yes.
Again, if I talk about Precious Kambata,
Oh,
I have grown
yeah.
looking her serial Star Trek, where she
Yes.
had gone bald, you know.
Gold. Yeah,
She
and
had
she looks
created
so sexy
a memory in my small, tiny brains those days.
and so sexy.
Definitely, yes, of
Yeah.
course. She
Yeah.
was one Femina Miss India. At the same time, she was Pride of India. And this award she was given by the President of India.
Correct.
And to go and add on, we have Sushmita Sen, Lara Datta, Rita Faria, Mumbai
Hmm.
based Goan parents'
Yes.
daughter.
Yes.
Yes, she was one Miss World. And the list goes on. Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra. Now
Hmm.
we are having Manushi Chillar.
Right.
And this is category we have Dr. Aditi Govitrikar from Mumbai, and she's one of my mentor. Then Miss
Hmm.
International World, Dr. Akshata Prabhu. She is my mentor and the national director. And the list goes on, Ethan.
Yes, it's awesome, right? To kind of see that Indian women have been so ahead of their time, in the things that they've done because of some of the names that you mentioned have been trailblazers, of their own space, whether it was an uprising, whether it is politics, whether it is education, whether it is medicine, whether it's beauty in that way, right? And I'm so glad you mentioned Persis Kambata. Because I grew up quite looking at her and saying, wow, who is this girl, kind of thing. And uh, you know uh, because you mentioned Persis Kambata, I can see my buddy Japet Mystery is online with us, another very passionate Parsi to all,
God.
yeah, because they're very beautiful women, and the men too are so I think very
I told you
compassionate.
the list goes on.
This
I can
goes on.
speak about them whole night, Ethel.
Correct, yeah.
So many.
So, very interestingly,
Seriously,
what I would
start
like to
right
do.
from home. Even my
Yeah.
mother inspires me, my maid, my domestic help, who
Hmm.
works hard to serve food for
Yes.
their children on the table or give them
Hmm.
the education. Each and
Yeah.
every woman inspires us. Maybe if she's my neighbor or she's the women from my friend circle. They all are, maybe they are famous, they are not, but they are, empowered in their own field. They are making
Yeah.
difference.
Yes. And I think it is important. It is important for all women, young teenagers, in their 20s, or as I said, no age is no bar anymore, to kind of really, how do you call it? Really stand up for themselves, right? And what they believe in, what they want, to decide how they want to kind of go about living the life that they set for themselves. I think it is really important to continue to inspire, encourage, and today all the tools are available, including mental health, spiritual development, self development, that maybe our moms did not have access to in that way, right? I think they are a very lucky lot. I hope that it is taken advantage of all these, the good that the universe also puts out, and education also puts out, so that they can become, you know, stars of their own show, right, Reena? So important.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
remember
important.
Kalpana Chawla also. She
Yeah,
was on a terrace in her village and she was
yes,
looking at the stars and she said, I want to be there one day. And she was
correct.
there.
Yeah, it's all hard work, and very, what do I call it, singular-minded or singular-focused vision. That is it. So, Reena, what have been your biggest challenges while preparing for this competition? I'm very keen to know this because, yeah, I think it's so important to share that.
I know. The national pageant was challenging because it was my first ever experience in the world of pageant and it was
Hmm.
started in a crucial time of pandemic.
Right.
So, and it happened finally in September 2021. So you
Hmm.
know how about this is life. We have so
Yes.
much of responsibility. So balancing the work and home life, taking along all the responsibilities, I went to that national stage and
Hmm.
I gave my best. I didn't know I'm going to win there. But
Hmm.
when I heard my name as Mrs. India 2021 and I was crowned as Mrs. Cosmos India and Glamorous Eco Warrior, and my national director, he said that you are going to participate next year for Mrs. Cosmos International
Hmm. Hmm.
2022 at Orlando, USA. You know, then the competition was me, Ethel. It was only
Yes.
me. I had to compete
Yes.
with myself
Yeah.
because it was challenge. I had to go in another level. And pageant is not about only being beautiful from outside, it is about being beautiful from inside. As
Hmm.
quoted by Coco Chanel, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself.
Yeah. Correct. Very true.
I started improving on my communication skills
Hmm.
to to keep that best foot forward on that national or international stage. I was wearing high heels, dancing overnight. You know, I'm a party
Hmm.
animal.
Yeah.
But practicing on that 6 inches pageantry heels was a challenge.
Yes. Yes.
Until cooking on them.
But you did well. You did well.
Thank you. So, you know, and then committed, you have to be committed to yourself.
Hmm.
And if you are going to see right or left on that stage,
Correct.
you are gone, you are
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yes.
You have to focus on yourself. You have to bring out the best of you.
Hmm.
And that
Hmm.
was my continuous practice. And that was the challenge, I think.
Hmm. Because I
And for that,
watched.
I had to work with my mind, body, and soul. When
Yes.
I say mind, we need to have a very strong, balanced personality
Yes.
on that stage
Yeah.
with cameras, light,
Hmm.
glamour.
Hmm.
Whatever dress you wear, or lipstick, or makeup you wear, or hair you do, that will
Correct.
not affect
Yes.
you. And when I talk about mind, I told you about mind, body. Definitely, you have to have a beautiful body because
Hmm.
ultimately it's a beauty pageant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Correct.
soul meaning I believe that I am responsible to give back to the nature and give back to the
Hmm.
mankind.
Hmm.
So, pageant is a platform which helps you to unleash your complete passion. At the same time, it helps you to become a role model and helps you to work for the society. It helps you to lift other women as well. You become the role
Hmm.
model. You get pride for your own family, friends, your state, and your country. Right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Very true. Absolutely true. I think 200% true. True what you've said. Because unless you are balanced and you have perspective, as I call it also, to look at yourself as your biggest competitor. That is it, and not others. Because then that sometimes creates insecurity, right? I mean, obviously, and a whole lot of emotions that
It
come
will
attached.
show in your face. It will
Yeah.
come on your face. To be
Yes.
confident, you
Yes.
have to have confidence within you, not
Yes.
only outside but from
Yes.
inside as well. Then
Yes.
only your real you you are real.
Yeah.
Your
You
real
must.
you will come.
Yeah. It's unconditional acceptability of yourself, who you are,
Yes,
correct? And then I think
exactly.
that is the magic. Self acceptance is complete magic, and then from there you can be whoever you want to be, Reena. I always say that. So when people ask me, where are you from, I kind of retort back and say, where would you like me to be from? it totally kind of I think takes them aback because you can be from anywhere, right? Why would a particular land or or a location define you, right? Or
Ultimately, we all are human.
yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely correct. Well done.
Aristotle observed this 200 million ago that
Yeah,
we are the highly social form of creature. The
correct.
ability to
Yeah.
develop the tradition, create, and culture and language keeps us away from the animal kingdom.
Yes, that is true. Absolutely true. Yeah, well said. Well said, Reena. And I'm sure to my audiences who are here, who are alive, I say alive. When I say alive, it's like alive because I can feel your energy, and who are live with us. Thank you so much for joining into this awesome heart to
Thank
heart
you. Thank
chain.
you.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Meena. Meena is also online and she's enjoying
Oh,
the interview. She says,
I'm
Meena,
not.
thank
Hi,
you for
Sia.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
They're all online. Awesome.
She's my well wisher. They all are my well wisher.
Feels awesome. Feels really awesome to have them here. So, Reena, which is your most loved role? Okay. And why do you think that, women must explore who they are to live a very self-accomplished life? I would like to know what is your advice and suggestions also to young women who are just about beginning to find themselves.
First of all, Ethel, I'm blessed to have this beautiful life,
Mm.
a beautiful body with
Yes.
beautiful sound mind, body, and heart. And I'm
Gratitude.
blessed with, yes, I'm blessed with lovely family, and I'm really grateful to the Almighty for all of this. And to move ahead, the perfect role as a loving daughter, sister,
Hmm.
wife, mother, mother in law, I
Hmm.
believe that I enjoy each and every role of mine.
Okay.
And I believe that my responsibilities are not only to help my family or society, but stand for them in their adverse situations as
Hmm.
well.
Okay.
That's how a woman is a creator.
Yes.
And she gives birth to a child, nurture her creation with her patience, love, and she fulfills these responsibilities till her entire lifetime. She is the symbol of purity, dignity, and grace. And I believe that I have all this. And
Hmm.
I'm loving doing it, Ethel.
That is
I want
lovely.
to,
I
yes.
love that. I love that. It's a very powerful self affirmation, Reena. And I think that self affirmation, when it's very solid within, right? It just reflects. As I said, we all need to become true examples of walking the talk. Walk the talk, because words, words are just words, but living by example, I think is true. It's a true essence, right, of who we are. Yeah, and how it blooms out. So yeah, I love that. I
I
love
will
that.
add here, as quoted by Father of the Nation, India, Mahatma Gandhi, you must become the change you want to
Yeah,
see in the world.
correct, correct. There is no way around it. There's no way around it, because if you fake it, everyone knows it. It's as simple as that. So to be the change, you have to first change yourself. And I believe, Reena, that is what you also symbolize, with the kind of change that you have created for yourself, and all the accolades that are now part of, that change is a formation, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
What would be your advice and suggestion to young women? The young women who are like, just about on the threshold of self-discovery. And we all know it's a very confusing state of,
Completely understand and I agree with you, Ethel, that today's media is highly digital, competitive,
hmm,
and youngsters, especially girls, they are getting lost in this competitive world.
yes,
But at the same time, they need to love themselves first
yeah,
and become self dependent. Then they can take care of themselves, their family, their nation, and the whole world.
yeah,
So I want to tell them that, as earlier also I said, you must become the change you want to see in the world. Remember this, love yourself, give your 100%, focus. Dream and fulfill your dreams.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So to all young girls, I hope you watch this show and I hope you understand that it all begins with self love. That is the true mantra. Once I think once I believe you that entire philosophy of self love starts seeping into your entire being and you start embodying it step by step. That itself is a great first step towards self change. Reena, the conversation is so lovely and so beautiful. I think we've
Thank
already
you.
yeah, we've already kind of reached eight and beyond that. You see, but when we have such lovely interactions and soul conversations, because when I was developing the heart to heart platform, I wanted more than just the usual run of the mill interviews that we're so used to. I kind of very specifically uh, like when my show guests, as I call it, on the heart seat, uh, share much more beyond the achievements that they've done in their lives. Correct? Because I think we all need true models, right? And we need to understand that there's great beauty in the journey because right, we all get so focused on the destination that we kind of forget to live our lives full through the journey of getting to that destination. And I
I
think
will add here something. That
yes.
past is a bound check. Take the
Mm,
experiences. Future is a promissory note. Please
yeah,
plan for it, but make your present as a hard cash.
yeah, correct. I like the way you simplify it so nicely and make it
Thank
so
you.
relative. Yeah, thank you. This is really good. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so as you were saying, um, this is a very beautiful phase. I think you're also in that phase, in your life. I'm also in that phase of my life where we've done our roles, correct? Whatever as we call it, the roles that are expected to be done, in the outside external world, and then suddenly the children that you focus so much of attention on are no longer there, right? What we call it
No,
the
I
yeah,
will not agree with this. Not there.
the
Of
empty nest
course.
syndrome. Yeah, let's hear your
World
thoughts
is
on
so
that, Meera.
small. See how we are together. You are in Malaysia, I am in Goa, and we are one on one. They are also
Yeah,
like this in your switch. Come
yeah,
on, Ethel.
yeah. No, but it is. I think it is a, because worldwide in the circle of women that I also kind of interact with, like how they keep telling me, life as it begins at 50. So I tell them, but life, according to me, is has no age bar at all. Life begins when I decide life begins,
It's
for
it's just
myself,
age
right?
is just a number, Ethel.
Yeah, it's just a number. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So and I think a lot of women now are so beautifully kind of expressing themselves to kind of say that oh, gray hair does not matter, it is just who we are, or the numbers don't matter at all, whether just starting your life all over again, falling in love all over again, getting married, maybe for the fourth time or whatever, in that sense, right? Because of the kind of diaspora I am exposed to. I love that self confidence that I see in women. I have so many of them who are social media influencers, who have all become social media influencers after they hit 50, and they're doing fabulous content. They're creating such great kind of fashion work, and I say, oh my god, you know what? I want to be them, because that is such a strong statement of empowerment, of self empowering yourself, that you can be whoever you want to be when you decide that this is what I want to do for myself, or this is how I want to co-create my life, right? I would love to hear your thoughts on that, Rina.
Of course, you said it all. It's never too late. Life is one, Ethel, and you have to fulfill all your dreams and don't give up. I will
Hmm.
say to everyone, never give up. Fulfill your dreams and give your 100% focus on yourself, work hard, your dedication, dream. That is, if you are strong, As I told
Yes,
you earlier, the whole universe is going to be with you, and you will reach where you want to be.
yes. In that same light, in that same vein, because you've also now, traveled abroad and seen so much of, of life, and which has also molded your experiences. We were also talking offline about this entire industry, right, of beauty pageants. I'm very keen because I see it very active in Malaysia as well. There's several beauty pageants for all types of, whether they are body types and, as we said, the old kind of, very restrictive, height, age, and a certain type of body image no longer exists. I want to know what all, in your pageant experiences that you've seen, what are the different types of, categories and verticals now that are there in the beauty industry.
For my national pageant, we had three categories. That was teen, miss, and misses.
Hmm.
And everyone had got the chance to go work hard, work on themselves, gain the confidence, and achieve the success. For my international pageant, we had six categories:
Wow.
little, miss, teen, junior miss, Ms., and Mrs.
Wow. That's a lot.
It was unbelievable to see right from the age of 6 years old girls that
Hmm.
they used to wake up early, 4, 5, to do their hair, makeup, and be on the stage on time.
Wow.
Looking at them, it was so, I was getting motivated. Oh my God, why we are saying that we can't do it? If they can do it, we can
Yeah.
also do it.
Yes. Yeah. I think fashion also
In
has
teen
evolved.
and miss, apart from their studies, they are having exams, they are having so many
Hmm.
different challenges, but they want to come forward, they want to participate because it gives you empowerment, recognition, confidence, a chance to unleash your potential completely, and you
Yes.
can be a role model, a leader.
Hmm.
You can venture into wherever
Yes.
you.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's a complete adventure because I think it's nice to kind of start off young, build a sense of self, a self-image, self-worth, right? Because I look at discipline as a very strong pillar, to kind of mold who we grow to become, and I think that discipline begins with self, uh, correct? Because
Yes.
because how do you call it? Yeah, you can tell someone as much as you want to, but people will still choose what they want to do for themselves with themselves, and I think that self discipline. See, because all of us have gone to school regimens. I also had my whole teenage life, in a nun's convent. There's a certain discipline that kind of happens in what time
Same
you
here,
wake up.
same here. Even
Yeah,
my schooling was at St. Xavier's School.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Ethel, that is the base of your life. You,
Hmm.
you need so much of self-discipline that that is very important.
It is very
Very
important.
important.
Yeah, I completely agree. I
If you want to
think,
cope up with your everything in your day-to-day life, maybe at your
yeah,
workplace, your home, or
yes,
if you want to do something, I always believe, as quoted by Jim Rohn, if you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary.
yeah, correct. Yeah, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And yeah, some people are comfortable being ordinary, and like my favorite musician Seal says, what was the word? In a world full of people, just few want to fly. In a world full of people, just few want to fly, and I thought it was so powerful because imagine if all of us want to fly, what is the state of humanity and consciousness that we raise, that the whole vibration just changes, right? So yeah, that
Then the
is
world is going to be a better place to live in, Ethel.
yeah, absolutely. And it is up to all of us to contribute to this raising the vibration when we raise our own energy and vibration, correct? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is correct. I think I'm so inspired also by this conversation. That is why I love the I personally love the Heart to Heart platform so much because I'm learning something every Sunday, Reena, through my guests.
I
You
am
know,
privileged to be your guest, Ethel. And thank you so much for thinking of me and inviting me without any pause. I just message you, let's do it, Ethel.
I know. Yeah, I thank you too, Reena. I thank you too because it was so spontaneous. When I was sitting down to put my guest for the show, I always kind of say a prayer so the universe guides me to who I need to have, in that way. And you just said a spontaneous, yes, let's do it. I was like, okay, that sounds so good.
I'm still coping up with my jet lag and everything. But I
Yes.
said, this gave me some, yes. And I know you, Ethel, so well. And I miss you.
You. Thank you. Thank you. That feels very nice. It feels very heartfelt to me. So thank you, Reena. And to everyone in Goa, my love is with you because I keep in touch with whatever is happening in Goa. Thanks to technology, and I always kind of look at you know look at the stage, right, with so much pride, because every time I tell people, random strangers also who I meet here in Malaysia, when I say I'm from Goa, their whole face just lights up, Reena.
I know, I know.
The
People get
conversation is
thrilled.
amazing.
Any
Yeah,
place of the world I go to, you're from Goa. How
yeah.
lucky you are. The first thing, how lucky you are.
Yes, yeah. They say, "Oh my God, you're from Goa. What are you doing here?" In that way. And I tell them, "Wow, you're welcome, to our state because, yeah, Goa is what it is. It has contributed so much to the world, through our people, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad in a way that my father brought us back from the Middle East, because it also kind of molded me, shaped me, blessed me with such a beautiful, awesome career, made my life, that way.
And
And
you're doing extremely well. We are all proud of you, Ethel.
thank you so much, Reena. Means so much
Pleasure.
to me. Means a lot to me. So awesome. So woman to woman, okay? Because I think this is so important for me as well. What is the beauty queen skincare routine?
Skin is what you see in the mirror is not your skin. Skin deep is skin beauty. For that, you have to plan your diet, your sleep pattern. You have to be positive. The face is the mirror of the heart.
Yes.
And keep working on yourself. Try keep yourself away from the negative energies,
Yes. Absolutely yes.
and you'll glow. Definitely, it is going to shown on your face.
Yes. I have a nice circle of doctors, very talented, experienced doctors in Malaysia, and they all very good buddies. And I keep questioning them, because curiosity is my playmate, as I call it, and I think they love it because health and wellness, like I keep learning from them, it's just not external anymore. It is everything, especially as you
Yes.
rightly mentioned. Yeah, what we eat, what we think, our sleep patterns, what we
And
feel.
definitely the workout pattern as well, Ethel.
Yeah,
Your
yes,
meditation and your physical workout, everything matters. Everything.
yes. And they keep telling me that, because, like, I'm sure you also have wellness goals, and all of us should put wellness goals for ourselves. It begins with self discipline, and and everything else, and you see in the external, like even age reversal, but the doctors were telling me, is all these elements, of how you create balance between your spiritual life, your mental life, your physical, your everything about your physicality, how you take care of it, your emotional well state of mind as well, your emotional state of being. All this contribute, and because if you look at the Asians, Rina, they look ageless, and then I learned from them is that this is what they actually live, breathe, practice. It is so deeply ingrained in their psyche, to kind of be so focused on holistic self development, and also from what they eat. And you see their skin is like forever, just nice and soft and tight, and look at them, oh my God, that's exactly what you would want to be. You don't know whether they're 50 or 70 It is just, yeah,
Yes.
it's self-discipline. And I think, like you rightly said, it is no longer the external, it is everything in the internal. It begins from inside us. And I think, like we were saying also, I believe COVID has taught us those lessons too, Reena, you know, that it matters, correct? Yeah. Okay, as we kind of wind down our conversation now, because this
I
has
don't
been,
want to get this over, Ethel.
I know it's been such an inspiring, heart to
I'm
heart.
enjoying. I know it's really heart to heart.
Yeah, and
I
as I said,
congratulate you for this
thank you,
program, Ethel, because
thank,
you are really helping not only the audience, but people like us to speak out, you know.
thank you, Reena. This is you've made my day. You
Thank you.
really made my day because I want all of us, to be as authentic and transparent as we can be. Good, bad, ugly. These are all experiences that make us, but we can always choose to decide who we really want to be. You know, and I think that self-expression is so important to continue to live our lives in a very authentic manner. And I think, and
Ethel,
that
if you light a lamp for someone else, it is going to brighten your path as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Reena. See, you
So,
simplified. You
yes,
simplified so well. It's just so simple. Just so simple, no? People just make it too complicated and too complex. Yeah, it is just so simple. Yeah. Reena, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're doing us, collectively very proud. Yeah, very
thank
proud.
you. Thank you.
So I have to. This question I really want to ask you because I'm sure it'll also inspire our listeners and our audiences who are online with us. What is the greatest gift we can give to ourselves during our time on Earth?
The greatest gift we can give to ourselves is to love ourselves first.
Mm, mm, mm. Simplified beautifully. That is it. That is it.
That is it.
That is it. Everything else is just noise. Veena, so beautifully said. The greatest gift to give ourselves during our time on this earth is to love ourselves, to love ourselves, to love ourselves. Yeah, it's a magic potion, no?
Yes,
Completely changes your quality of life. And then nothing else matters after that. I learned that too. I learned that with some very exceptional life coaches that I have, the good fortune of learning from. Like you also were saying, about how you prep yourself for a beauty pageant, right? It's just discipline and the right mentors and coaches that support. I think in self development, I also found the right life coaches that add so much value to the world, and they're
definitely.
all, yeah, they all, all the support systems are there. I
Yes.
love this, Reena. I love
And the
this.
support of my family, friends, well wishers, near and dear ones. That is also equally important, Ethel. That gives you a lot of confidence, boost, and a challenge to
Hmm.
do better and better and the
Yeah.
best.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely correct. So, to all our friends who are online with us and watching this, including men, I think when you support us, we bloom even more, because partnerships today are no longer, what do you call it? I think have all kind of blended from whatever that I see. A great blend of masculine and feminine energy. Between
Definitely, we can do better with you all.
yes, yes, absolutely yes, absolutely yes. I completely say that we cannot live in isolation. We need the support of the men folk to also, kind of, lift us up, because when they lift us up, they also get lifted up too. And that is what the planet needs today, is to work together, completely together, putting aside all kinds of, gender, kind of, um, gender walls, right, and barriers that we keep, you know, we that we see around us, is to kind of just say, you know what, we are humans, you are you, I am me, and we can work together in such beautiful partnerships. Veena, this
Yes.
conversation has been very empowering
Thank you so much.
for me as well. I'm sure you're going to do great things with the title that that you have brought to the country and brought to Goa as well. If you need any support from me, I'm very happy to help. You know that already. To all my friends out there who also reach out to me, on and off, for any kind of support system that I can add on to what you do, because I think God has put us in very unique positions in life to give where we can, because we must, and because we can. I I look at that in a very healthy manner. I think contribution needs to come from the heart space. Just put out, no, put out the good work, and then you leave it to the universe to bring fruit to it, which I'm sure, Rina, you also are doing. So keep fighting for the birds. Keep fighting
Thank
for the
you.
birds, because it is so beautiful, and so much can be built around that, from the tourism perspective as well, because Goa is quite a blessed sanctuary
For
for
my international journey, also Goa Tourism has given me
yeah,
one
yeah,
ad page on the program book.
hmm,
So I always
yeah,
get the support, and I'm thankful.
yeah. Awesome. On that very note of high energy, high vibration of gratitude, which I call it the superpower, for a lasting success. Thank you so much, Reena, for joining my heart seat tonight, with your presence, with your experience that you've shared so beautifully. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
to everything that you're doing, for yourself, for Goa in particular, and for the country at large, and for the women folk, to be inspired. More power to you, Rina. More power.
Thank you.
More power. Do well, and I hope to see you soon in Goa, or I hope to see you in Malaysia. Either way,
Yes, 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 definitely. Thank
correct?
you. I wish everything to you as well, Ethel.
Thank you so much, Rina. I'm grateful, and I'm thankful for that. And as I said, thank you once again for being part of my heart to heart.
Thank you.
And good night.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah. Say hi to all my friends out there who you meet.
Definitely.
Tell them I miss them and I wish them absolutely well. And come, all of you,
Yes,
come to Malaysia.
definitely. We'll do that.
All right, cool. I'm going to see you
Yes.
soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. To everyone who joined in this beautiful conversation today with Reena Jain, and how she has also kind of how she has lifted herself up, and the her experiences that she's shared, the contribution that she wants to make, to the state of Goa and to the country and to the world at large. I love this. I'm so motivated myself again. Each of my guests who shares with me, on my heart seat, also contributes to the quality of my life too. So I'm so grateful to all of my guests who have made the time to be part of my heart to heart. Your life inspires me, and I hope to inspire, and in some whichever way, in the smallest contribution that I can do, for the greater good of all our lives, and the greater good of the universe that takes care of us. To the Mac Clinic for being my heart partner in this heart to heart, shows that I host every Sunday. Thank you so much, Dr. Hugh, and to the team at the Mac Clinic for being such an awesome partner with me. Let us together create, great positive change, because we can, and because we have the tools to do so. And as I said, if each one lifts up and supports the other, to good times, to bad times, to challenges, to struggles, what a beautiful, awesome world this will be. So, thank you so much to each one of you for being with me here tonight on the hard seat. To every guest, and to everyone that has joined on today's Heart to Heart. Thank you so much. I saw also Ashna joining the conversation. Ashna, you're next on my heart seat. So you better make the time for me, because there's so much I want to share about what you do, how you've contributed to my quality of life, how you've helped me change my own inner life. I want to share it with the world as well. And to the great work that you do, Ashna, thank you so much. Yeah, please make the time to be with on my heart seat. To everyone, Meena, Sia, to Jamshed, for being there and for your comments. Thank you so much. And I'm going to see you next Sunday on Heart to Heart with Ethel DaCosta, and a really special guest who will also join me in this conversation. To Reena, thank you so much once again for making the time. I love you. I love myself. And I think that is such a beautiful, strong affirmation to share today. Is love yourself, know yourself, love yourself. Good night.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mac Clinic. We've spoken about Picos, we've done Botox, we've talked about fillers, but today we have something special lined up for you. We are about to showcase the XLV by Cutera, which is a long pulse laser, and we have a very special guest with us today. Come on. So here we are preparing the XLV laser, but I did mention that we have a special guest. So here she is, Dr. Ong. Say hi, Ong. The award-winning XLV laser by Cutera is a state-of-the-art long pulse laser from the United States. It is best in class for vascular lesions and is used by famous models such as Kendall Jenner. It is multifunctional and tones, rejuvenates as well as lifts, with virtually no downtime. It is a walk-in, walk-out treatment done in less than 15 minutes. Comfortable and perfect for those busy days. And to top it all off, the Mac Clinic owns the only working XLV laser in Malaysia. So, we just finished with the Cutera XLV Laser Genesis. So Dr. Ong, that took about how long?
About 15 to 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty quick lunchtime procedure, I would say.
Was there any discomfort at all for you?
To be honest, I only felt slightly warm. Other than that, it was relatively comfortable. And I would also like to add on that actually it is a very quick, effective and hassle-free laser treatment, as you don't need prior numbing, and it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes and then you're good to go.
So there you go, the XLV Laser Genesis. Available only at your favorite clinic, the Mac Clinic.
In my bed, took the phone, 'cause I get what I want. Mama said it ain't no crime. She don't wanna be anybody else. She's a woman in total control of herself. It's such a wonder to be under her spell. What a woman in total control of